Hey YouTube, what is good today? Well, in this video, I want to go over ENERGOUS Corporation, ticker symbol WATT. They are up today on some relatively minor news. I think there is something else cooking behind the scenes. In this video, I want to go over that, and I want to get into the price action on the chart. And then, of course, as always, I'm going to show you some other nice looking chart patterns and some other things that I see in the market, and then I'm going to get to a few of your questions. All right, well, first I'm going to get into this news article that was out this morning, and this basically just says the stock price of ENERGOUS Corporation is trading up over 30% pre-market, and it appears to be a sympathy play around the report by Bloomberg that Apple is working on a magnetic battery pack. Now, Apple is reportedly working on a magnetically attached battery pack for their newest iPhone, which is an accessory that could wirelessly charge their handsets. Now, if you're not familiar with ENERGOUS Corporation, they are a leading next-generation wireless power and wireless charging company with their award-winning WATT Up technology, which they call their Wireless Charging 2.0. And that supports fast, efficient, contact-based charging as well as charging over the air. Now, this is an RF-based wireless charging technology that offers substantial improvements in contact-based charging efficiency, foreign object detection, orientation, freedom, and thermal performance compared to older coil-based charging technologies. All right, well, I'm not going to go into too much detail about ENERGOUS because I did a video about them in the past, so if you want to learn more, I will link that at the end of this video. But if this technology is on the verge of a breakthrough, I think it's going to be an absolute game changer for this industry. And if a company like Apple were to buy this company out, that would make their products even that much more desirable and that much cooler. So a buyout right here for Apple makes a ton of sense. But I think with all the volume pouring into this stock, something is about to come out. Either a breakthrough with this technology by ENERGOUS or a potential buyout by Apple or another company, because there is just a lot of buying pouring into this stock lately. All right, well, let's get over to the charts. This is the daily chart of ENERGOUS Corporation on my TC2000 charting software. We can see that ENERGOUS is pulling back today, even though they gapped up almost to $6 a share, but they are still up 36% as we speak. And there has just been tons of volume pouring into this stock lately. I had this descending wedge drawn before, and I was tempted to get in once it got to this support level. But I did a bunch of reading on their technology, and I just couldn't come to a decision if this thing was going to be on the cusp of a breakthrough or if it was just a fairy tale. But it's starting to look like it is on the cusp of a breakthrough, because all this volume wouldn't be pouring in for no reason. But it had a beautiful breakout of that descending wedge, found support at $1.74, and it has been going up ever since. Like I said, today it was almost to $6 a share already, when it was just at $1.74 a couple of months ago. So there is a ton of volume pouring into this stock, and I think that there is some relevant news that is going to be coming out imminently. But WATT is just in an absolute beautiful uptrend. Yesterday, it pulled back to the 21-period exponential moving average, but of course, it is up today on that alleged news that is a sympathy play with Apple. I don't know if that's the case. I mean, I really think that there's something cooking on this company. Let's go to the 15-minute chart on WATT. And if we back it out, we can see that it was making just a beautiful triangle consolidation before it broke down with the last couple days weakness in the market. And it looked like it was on the verge of a breakout to the upside, but it had a little bit of a false break to the downside, and now it is exploding higher. And if we zoom in a little bit, we can see it found support at the 8-period exponential moving average on the 15-minute chart. So I think that if it can hold this moving average right now, I think we got a pretty good shot of it actually turning around and making a new high past $6 a share. But I would definitely keep WATT on your watch list. I would like to buy it closer to this 490 level if it comes down to that again. I missed the first breakdown to it. But I just think that there is something cooking with Watt. I knew I should have taken a position right around $1.75. I was tempted to just take a small position and sit, and if something great happens, then that would have been just a huge gain for me. And if it didn't happen, then it would just been a small position. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I definitely think something is cooking with WATT and is worth putting on your watch list, especially if we get a better buy area right around this support level. But I'm going to keep my eye on Watt. Let's get into some other good-looking charts. All right, so let's get over to some of the other charts that I want to show you guys, but I am running out of time again, so I'm going to try to get through these quick. But first, I do want to say that somebody copied my YouTube channel again, and they are sending some of you guys, they're replying to some of your guys' comments, trying to solicit you guys, I imagine, for some money. So that's not me. I'm sure most of you guys already realize that that's probably just a scam. But I would never email you guys trying to get anything from you guys. I mean, if you guys are dying to give somebody money, I guess just get a hold of me and we can work something out. But I'm never going to solicit you guys for anything. So always realize that it's just a scam. But the first one I want to get into are some of these COVID plays. They are starting to make a very bullish pattern. And here, this first one is American Airlines. They are already starting to hook up. A lot of them are making these rounded bottom type formations, and they are starting to bust out to the upside. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at Love. Love is doing the same thing. Let's take a look at, I think Delta was doing the same thing as well. But all of these stocks are starting to bust out. So I think everybody is anticipating that we're going to have a good recovery from this pandemic and everything is going to get back to business as usual. I am holding Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line looks like it's busting out of a rounding bottom. It had that nice false break, and now it is starting to explode higher. And all of the cruise lines are starting to look bullish like this as well. Royal Caribbean is doing the same thing, and it's really strange because I was reading yesterday that there's been a ton of more cancellations on these cruise lines. But I guess everybody is already pricing all of that in, and they are expecting a recovery because this is Norwegian Cruise Lines. They're all making a very bullish looking pattern. They're all consolidating at these higher levels and looking like they're ready to take off. At the moment, it looks like CCL is actually the strongest. Even though they were always seemed like they were kind of lagging in the other one. Seemed like I picked the wrong one of the cruise lines. I want to definitely pick one and stick to it, because once these businesses get back to full capabilities, I mean, these things are absolute cash machines. I would have liked to have picked up more of Carnival under $10, but I didn't get enough of it. But I am sitting tight on Carnival Cruise Line because this is going to be my turnaround play of this pandemic. But let's get to some of the other charts. The first one I want to show you was OBSV. OBSV found support at the 21-period exponential moving average, and it was trading near the high of the day when I put that on here, so it was looking like a perfect breakout, but it is pulling back right now, unfortunately. But if it can close near the high of the day around 450, I think that is a very bullish breakout-looking pattern on OBSV, so that is definitely one worth keeping an eye on. Another one I want to go over is WRN. WRN is breaking out to the upside. It's had this long consolidation. They are in industrial metals and mining, so they are Western Copper and Gold Corporation. But you can see the nice volume coming in on this breakout. So if it can hold this resistance level, which is now going to be support if it holds, I think this one could be off to the races, because this is just a beautiful looking pattern. Nice move off of the pandemic lows, holding those highs ever since July, and is now breaking out. And one of the things you know about these long consolidations, the longer they go, potentially the bigger the breakout once they do break out. And this one has been going sideways since last July. So this could be a potentially big breakout for WRN. Next one I'm going to go over is HNRG, and I am actually holding this one. This one broke below the 8-period exponential moving average, found support just above the 21-period yesterday, and is now gapping back above that 8-period exponential moving average, and it is holding this support line. So that is a very bullish signal. If this thing can be up tomorrow, I think it has a great chance of blasting past 2.25 and heading out to new highs because this is a very bullish pattern. It had this gap up, held this consolidation, started to break out, but was dragged down by the market, and now it looks like it's picking up strength again. So we need a hold of $1.90, and if it holds $1.90 and it starts to break above this candle tomorrow, I think this one could be off to the races as well. So HNRG is definitely a hold for me because this is a really, really bullish looking pattern. Next one I want to go into is MKD. MKD has been popping up on my scans for the last several weeks, and I've just been a little hesitant to grab it just because I wanted to see it hold that 8-period exponential moving average with a little bit more strength, and that's exactly what it's doing today. If I zoom in a little bit, it had the big move down into it yesterday as the market probably dragged this down and everything else, but now it has had a turnaround candle. It is gapping up, and it's already broke through yesterday's high, already broke above yesterday's highs, and it's holding it at the moment. So it looks like this one is ready for its next leg up. MKD is definitely worth either keeping on your list or potentially even buying today because it is right in that buy area. If it can close over $1.95, I think it is a buy today. So MKD is looking good. The next one I want to see is VERO. Vero. Let me back out of Vero a little bit. You can see Vero had a very nice chopping bottom, had the nice rounding bottom, had the false break, and now the lows are getting higher, and now it's breaking above that 200-period simple moving average, and it is up big on the day. So I think a breakout above this resistance area is probably imminent. I would like to see him hang around this 200 period, or I should say stay above this 200 period simple moving average a little bit longer before I get in, because when it has this type of consolidation around the 200 period simple moving average, you'll kind of get a breakout, and then it'll usually come down and retest it. So that is the only red flag I really see in Vero's chart at the moment. I would love to see it just hold. When they can hold above that 200 period simple moving average for a month or so and then get going, it usually has a higher probability of continuing to the upside. But can't deny this recent consolidation that Vero is having. This is a very bullish looking flag or pennant formation. I mean, if we busted intraday, it would probably look more like a flag, but it's bullish nonetheless. It doesn't matter if it's a bullish flag or a bullish pennant. It's still bullish is the keyword. One that I wanted to buy today, but they told me I was denied, is one I've been itching to buy. Is SHIPZ, and SHIPZ is moving below the 21-period exponential moving average, which is no big deal for me because I see all this volume coming in, and I know this industry has been red hot. And I think SHIPZ, if the maritime industry starts to move up again, I think SHIPZ is going to be taken up with it. And at only 15 cents a share, there is a lot of upside in SHIPZ at the moment. Ticker symbol SHIPZ. I'm not sure if you guys can see that very well, but man, I really like the way this chart is looking. It has been going sideways. It would have been nice to have gotten into this right around 2 cents a share, but 15 cents isn't too much higher. But the shipping and ports industry is still red hot, and I think that some of these stocks that have been pulling back in the last couple of days, I don't think the uptrend is over, but I think SHIPZ is going to rebound with them when they do that as well. Last one I want to go into is GSM. And GSM is holding these highs absolutely perfectly. It's like the way that this thing has been moving up, there's been absolutely no selling. It just keeps leveling up and holding that level. Now, when I put this on my video, or my list for my video, it was trading at the highs. It's just pulled back just a little bit, but if it can bust above a 345 and hold that, I think this one is going to be moving towards a new all-time high and ready for its next leg up. All right, well, let me get into a couple of the questions before I close this one out. The first question I had was from Beverly. She was asking about EBON. And Beverly, I think you were one of the people who were lucky enough to get solicited by that spammer on my YouTube comments section. So hopefully you ignored that person. But EBON is looking really strong at the moment. I can't believe that this one wasn't showing up on my scans because this thing has went from $6 up over 12 in just a few days. If you are in this stock, I think you want to sit. I think you want to sit tight. But if you are looking to enter it, this thing is super strong. I don't know if it'll pull back this far, but this is looking like a pretty good area of support if it does pull back here. It's probably going to have to bust through that 8-period exponential moving average unless it does it like tomorrow. But if this thing can pull back to this area right around 885, I think that would be a great position or a great place to start a position looking for that next leg up. Right now we're getting a little frothy. We're getting into this area of resistance, so it wouldn't surprise me one bit if it does pull back. I did not check out any of the news on this stock, so who knows? I mean, if there's great news coming out, this thing could be just exploding higher right through this resistance. It won't even stop it at all. But they are in the semiconductor section, and that sector has been red hot. So Beverly, if you're in EBON, I would sit tight. If you're looking to enter, I would want to enter right around the $9 area if we do get a pullback to that area. And it's, this thing is way overextended, so it wouldn't surprise me one bit if it pulled back to that. It would be totally natural. But EBON is looking really good. The last one I want to go into is CNET. And Eduardo was the one who asked about that, and I believe you got solicited as well by that spammer. That definitely was not me, so don't give them any money. But CNET looks super good as well. I wonder why this one wasn't showing up on my scans. But they are just holding up slightly above this 8-period exponential moving average at the moment. Actually, it almost touched it today, but it is not giving back any ground. Had that huge up day 3 days ago, and then it probably got dragged down by the market like most stocks did yesterday, but it is holding the highs, and that is really bullish. I'm going to put this one on my watch list, and if this thing can go sideways for another day or so and this average catches up, I'm going to be very interested in taking a position in CNET. So thank you, Eduardo, for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate it. If you are in this stock, I would absolutely just sit tight. If you are looking to buy it, this would be the optimal area right here. I don't know if it's going to pull back to that. If it can get down to around 415, that would be a perfect area to start a position if you're not in it yet. But I think this thing is going to hang around sideways till this moving average catches up, and we might get another slingshot move up because it's a very bullish looking chart pattern. But those are my thoughts on CNET. All right, guys, well, that's all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions about any of these stocks, or if you have any other stocks you want me to take a look at, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, guys, and until next time, take care.